Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Say hi.
Today we are going to be doing and talking about our experience at the hospital with Raylene. So yeah, stay tuned. So a lot of you guys have told us to put Raylene in the videos because you guys want to see how she looks or just see like what we can do with her, but there's really nothing we can do because she could barely talk. She could barely say like the basic words, so
Stand up.
we don't know.
Stand up. Say hi.
That's Weenie. Raylene. So today's story is going to be about our hospital experience with Raylene. So it started. Okay, when was it scared? Like on a, it was during a school day. So I did not feel Raylene move at all, like whatsoever. So I was texting my mom and telling her like I haven't felt her move. I haven't felt her move all day. And then she was like, because this was during lunch, so she was like, let's see how it is after school, and then if anything, we'll just go to the hospital. And then so I didn't feel her move at all. So I don't know how, but I saw this guy that was in football, and I was like, can you tell Isaiah I'm going to the hospital? And so I guess he did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was in football workouts, and then he came in and he told me that he's like, "Hey, bro, your girl's going to the hospital." So I was like, "Oh shit!" So I went and told my coach, and then he's like, "Yeah, it's cool, go for it." And then I was like, "All right." So then, yeah, I met up with her in the parking lot, and we went to the hospital.
And then so
I was like really tired, like after the workouts. So I was knocked out on the way over there to the hospital.
And so we got there.
And I was texting my mom, like telling her we're going to the hospital because she hasn't felt Raylene move all day. And she's like, okay, let me know what happened. So I just left my phone. So I just I just left my phone right there, like on my lap. And then when we got to the hospital, Steph woke me up. Steph woke me up. She's like, Isaiah, let's go. And I was like, oh shit. So I woke up all quick and I jumped out of the car. And when I jumped out of the car, my phone fell on the concrete, like face flat. So my screen was all broken.
It was funny. And so we waited there, and then they did an ultrasound to see how she's doing, and then they were like, she was just asleep all day. Like, she gave us this scare saying for the doctor to just tell us that she was asleep all day. So I think it was 2 weeks later, we were taking a test, like a STAR test or TSR or something. I don't know. It was a test. And so we were taking the test, right? And I was getting contractions, like far apart, like I felt cramps and it was kind of uncomfortable. So then I went to work and I lasted all day at work till 8 with contractions, but then they started getting more closer together. Sorry guys. And they started getting more closer together, and so I called my mom and I was like, I think she's coming today. And then my mom was freaking out on the phone. She was like, you better not be lying, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm not. Like, she was getting mad because I was laughing. She's like, this is not funny, blah blah blah. And I was like, and so when she got to the gym where I coach, she was like, let's go. And I was like, okay, like walking. And then I was like, bye guys. Like, it was so funny. She's like, you're not in any pain? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh my god. So we went home, and I didn't even think to like pack a bag or anything. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, you're fine, you know, like you're just like Braxton Hicks contraction. But no. They were like, how many centimeters was I?
3.
I was 3 centimeters. And so they were like, we're gonna keep you. And then I was like, okay. And so I was calling Isaiah's dad, and Isaiah could tell you that story.
So I was already home, and I didn't have a phone because mine had broken
No service.
like
Oh, yeah.
a month before. And then, so I didn't have a phone. I was on pure Wi-Fi. And then, so my dad comes in and he's like, "It's Stephanie." And then he was like, and then I was like, "All right, cool." So I answered it and I was like, "What's up?" And then she's like, "I'm at the hospital." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And then she's like, "Well, yeah, they said they're gonna keep me and that they're gonna induce me, so." And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "So she's coming?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh shit." But yeah. So then I got off the phone with Steph and I told my parents, I was like, "Bro, she's coming, bro." And then my mom and my dad were like, "Oh shit." So yeah, and then my mom was all telling me to stay calm, like not be annoying, and I'm like, I'm not even annoying. And then
You're annoying.
whatever. And then yeah, they took me to the hospital and we were there forever.
So Isaiah was in the room, like a lot of people were in the room, and then they were like, "We're gonna put in the epidural already," and they told everybody to leave, I guess, so that nobody would faint. Hold on.
Where's your ball?
Raylene's trying to tell you guys a story. Yeah. So then they kicked everybody out, so they put in the epidural. Baby, wait. Zay, control your daughter.
Come here, baby. Sit down with dad. Sit down with daddy. Sit down with daddy. Come here. Baby,
You could tell your story right now.
come on.
They don't have a ball.
Look at I have the ball, look. Ball.
So then they put in the epidural. It was like the best thing of my life. It felt so good. It popped my back. Raylene, move. Anyway, so then they put in the epidural, and then everybody came back in, and I was getting a lot of contractions, and they were like, "That one was big, that one was big," and I was like, "I can't feel anything, obviously," but I kept laughing because I kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like I kind of felt it, but then I kind of didn't. I don't know. So I thought it was funny. And then what else happened? Oh. So they were moving me like in different positions because she just did not want to turn. So I don't think I slept at all that night because they kept checking up on me and they kept turning me, and yeah, it was just...
You really gonna take it out of my Ninja Turtle?
Yeah. Anyway, it's because it was funny.
And I keep...
And then so, what happened after that?
You got, what time did you get to the hospital?
Like at 9. And I didn't eat, and I was going to, but I was like, no, because what if like she does come, I don't want to poop myself or give labor, so I didn't eat. And
but yeah,
we were there at 9. We left like, we were there for 2 days, right? 3 actually. We were there for 2 or 3.
you were there.
Friday?
No, we were there Wednesday because she was born on a Thursday.
Oh yeah. So we were there for 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, what happened? Honestly, I don't remember anything that happened.
So, when she was in labor, when they were trying to turn Raylene over and stuff, she was hungry.
Yeah, I was super hungry.
She
Because I
ended up
ate for
being
2
hungry.
days. I ate for 2 days. 3, 2. Because they were like, we're gonna have to do a C-section. And yeah, and I was like crying because I wanted a faster recovery. So they opened me up. But before that, I was like starving, and they gave me ice chips, and I was like, this is a chicken nugget eating the ice. This is a french fry. This is a burger. Like, I was so hungry. I was upset. Like, I was really, I just wanted to get this over with because I was hungry and sleepy. And then so, yeah, I went into labor. They opened me, and you can tell me your story. They opened me up.
So they had me waiting outside of the room that they operated her in. And then, so they made me put on like all this doctor stuff, like the suit and everything, and then they had me like wear this mask, and I was like,
That was me.
and then so I was like, hell yeah, bro, I feel like a doctor. And then, so yeah. And then they took me into the room. They took me into the room where she was getting operated in. And then the first thing they told me was, don't touch anything blue. And I was like, okay.
Wasn't I blue though?
But yeah. So I get in there and she's like, can you see anything? And I was like, no, not yet. Like, they have this thing covering you. And so I was like, so I can't see anything. And then she was like telling me, she's like, can you see anything? Like, is there anything that, like, you can tell me and shit? And I was like, no, I can't see anything.
Like, what's going on?
And then all of a sudden I hear some crying, so I look up and I'm like, oh, that's my baby. And then she's like, is she ugly? I was like, babe, really?
It's because some people, like, I don't even want to say it. So babies do come out looking like aliens. So that was my fear of Raylene looking like an alien or something.
But yeah,
or a monkey.
So when I look up, I go like this to the blue thing to like see, and they're like, no, don't touch that. And I was like, oh shit, sorry. I went like that. And then well, yeah,
I'm excited.
they didn't they washed her and everything, and then they brought her over to us. And then so we were like looking at her, and she was crying, and we're like, no baby, don't cry.
Like, don't cry, Winnie. Oh no, we didn't have Winnie yet. We're like,
no,
don't
cry, baby.
Don't cry.
And then
we weren't sure what we were gonna name her, so we're like, don't cry, baby. Like, we're kind of like soothing her, I guess, trying to.
And then the doctor that was next to me telling me not to touch anything, he was like, do you have a camera so I can take pictures? And then I was like, yeah. And so I pulled out my phone that was running on Wi-Fi, and I gave it to him. And then he's like, yeah, you guys don't want to miss this moment. And he's like, here. And then so we like took pictures and everything. And then Steph
cute.
looks all tired. She's like,
honestly, like, there's a lot of pictures where I'm like,
it's because we were there for like forever. Raylene didn't come out till like
the next
12.
day, 12.
12:33 the next day.
In the afternoon. But yeah, like, people were asking me, like, how does it feel to have a C-section? And I was like, it doesn't feel bad. Like, you just feel them, like, tugging you, but you don't feel anything. You just feel, like, the tug, and you don't feel anything. I like, promise you, like, you don't feel anything. So if there's any, like, new moms out there that are gonna have C-sections or whatever, don't be worried. You'll be fine. But what else? So yeah, and then after that, I don't remember a thing because they put me in another room and I was falling asleep. Like I was like, I fell asleep for 5 minutes though, but I felt like a long time. And they were making me like sign papers and do all this stuff, and I was telling Isaiah, I was like, pay attention because I'm knocking out. Like I'm probably not gonna remember anything they're telling me right now.
And at the hospital, they kept calling each of us, like wife
yeah.
and husband and stuff like that.
I was
Like they told me, your wife's in another room. Do you want to go see her? And I was like, yeah. And then so they told me the room that she was in, and then she was like knocked out when I walked in. I started laughing, and then what's it called? So yeah, I just sat there just looking at her, and then
I kind of like when you're sleeping, you know how you can feel someone like staring at you. I like looked and it was him. I was like, ah.
I was like, good morning, and then she's like, shut up, don't bother me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, and then
and so
she was still not able to eat anything.
because of the C-section, I guess. I don't know. They just didn't let me eat.
Yeah, she couldn't eat till like the next morning. So the
2
next
days without eating and sleeping. Like imagine how I felt. Like I was done. Like I just wanted to get out of the hospital. Oh, and then like you know.
But I was eating Whataburger, bro.
Anyways, like at the hospital, it's because I'm the person that like you can't. I can't have things attached to me. Like I get like ansias and I just want to start ripping things off, and like even just like being like this, like I just can't. Like I'm not a person. So at the hospital when I had the IV and everything like hooked onto me, I was like scratching myself. Like I was scratching everything, and like I was all scratched up, and because I was just getting like annoyed of it, and I got super cold. Remember how they were like, you have to either take a walk or we're gonna have to give you something? I covered myself with a thick blanket. It was pretty thick, and I covered myself, and my temperature went to like 104. And they were like, either you take a walk or we're gonna give you some other medication that you're not gonna want, blah blah blah. And I was like,
so we took a walk around the hospital, and
we went to go see Raylene
because they had her in some radiation room because her skin was yellow, so she had jaundice. So they had her in there so that her skin wouldn't be like so yellow.
Yeah.
And then so we went to go see her and stuff.
She looked so cute, but I don't know, it was cute, but
yeah, Raylene came out at 5 pounds 14 ounces. I think she was like 16 inches long.
She was a little baby. She was like my forearm. Like
I'd carry her like a football.
Yeah.
Cause she was like that small. So.
She was little and cute.
She's still little and cute.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She was a good baby, huh? Well, she's a good baby. Like, she's a fast learner. And then so we left the hospital finally, and I ate Panda Express the last day. And then we took pictures together. Like the hospital took pictures of us. And then we went home. We went to church to how do you say it? Like not like thank God for Raylene, that for her being so healthy, and you know. And then we went to my grandma's house because my grandpa's not really good at walking, so we went to go take Raylene to them so that they don't have to struggle. And Raylene like automatically had like this bond with my grandpa. Like it's so crazy. Like to this day, like their bond is like incredible. And so we went home. We ate Whataburger. And Isaiah spent the night. Raylene stayed like in her crib between us. So I was in one couch.
We slept in the living room.
Yeah, we slept in the living room.
She was on the little couch. I slept on the big couch. Raylene was in between us in her crib. And so yeah, I ended up knocking out because Raylene was knocked out. So I was like, alright, cool. So I was like, she's gonna knock out eventually. So I knocked out,
Yeah, I was super tired.
and then.
So, Raylene cried like not every hour, like at 4, maybe 5, and then at 6, right? So I was exhausted because she didn't really let me sleep. She wanted to wake up early.
Me no hear nada, bro. I'm a heavy ass sleeper. I didn't hear
Isaiah
shit.
knocked out.
I
Me
didn't, I didn't
trying
hear
to put her
shit,
to
man.
sleep, like giving her the bottle. I'm like,
Until like 6 in the morning when I woke up, I heard Raylene crying, and then I look at Steph, and Steph's like, and I was like, here, I got
just for
her.
him to do something. Like that's what I wanted him to spend the night for.
So I was like, here, I got her. So I got her, I picked her up, and then I took her to the couch that I was sleeping on, and then I laid her on my chest, and I was like, yeah, baby, yeah, Daddy wants to go Mimi's, let's go Mimi's together. She knocked out, bro. We both knocked out.
I was like, why couldn't you just do that with me? Like, but I guess like I was not frustrated, but I was just sleepy. So I guess she felt, the frustration that I was feeling. So she didn't want to go to sleep. And I guess to that day I realized how I have to be like, babies feel a vibe, like what vibe you're feeling. So I try to be happy all the time so that she gets the good vibes. But yeah. Our experience is kind of like, it was intense. It was our first time, so we didn't know what to expect. The doctor was pretty cool. Our nurses were cool. Some of them. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay,
I have so much editing to do.
I know. Let's bring in Winnie so she can say bye.
Okay.
Winnie, come here. She's eating.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
So if you guys have any questions, let us know. Let us know what you guys want us to do. Any challenges.
Comment in the on the video.
Comment section.
Yeah. What you guys want us? What you guys want to see next?
Yeah, or what
And
you guys
stuff.
want us to talk about, or
And then you guys can also give us a follow on IG. We'll put it in the description below.
so give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to us and let us know what you guys think.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.